Have you ever looked at your plate and thought, is this really giving me what I need anymore? Maybe your appetite isn't what it used to be. Maybe the same meals that worked for you 10 years ago just don't sit the same way now. Or maybe you're just wondering if there's something simple, something real you could eat that might actually help you feel better. Not just full, but alive. If you've had those thoughts, you're not alone. The truth is, after 60, our bodies change. Our digestion slows, our muscles weaken if we're not careful, and our energy dips more easily. But here's the good news. Food is one of the most powerful tools we still have. It can support our heart, boost our memory, strengthen our bones, and even help us live longer. Not through some complicated diet or expensive supplement, but just by choosing the right meals a few times a week. So today, we're going to talk about 5 meals that are simple, nourishing, and surprisingly powerful. Meals that support longevity, energy, and joy. And the best part? These aren't weird health foods. These are meals you can enjoy with a cup of tea, in the quiet of your morning, or at the dinner table with your family. Meals that make you feel like you again. Let's start with a classic. One that may remind you of Sunday breakfast growing up, but with a modern twist that your heart and body will thank you for. Imagine this. You're sitting by a sunny window with a bowl of warm steel-cut oats, top a handful of blueberries, a sprinkle of flaxseed, and just a touch of cinnamon. It's comforting, familiar, but it's also doing something powerful. Oats are packed with fiber, which helps lower cholesterol and keeps digestion smooth. Blueberries? Tiny, yes, but they're full of antioxidants that support brain health. And flaxseed adds omega-3s, the kind of healthy fat that helps reduce inflammation. This simple bowl doesn't just fill your stomach. It protects your brain, your heart, and your gut. One small bowl, one giant step. And here's the beautiful thing. You don't have to be a master chef. This kind of meal takes minutes. You pour some oats into a pot, add water or milk, stir, and let it simmer. Then just add the toppings. Done. You've already done something loving for yourself before the day even begins. Now picture lunch. Maybe you're not that hungry in the middle of the day, or maybe you've gotten used to grabbing a sandwich or skipping the meal altogether. But let's pause for a second. What if lunch could be your little midday reset? A chance to refuel not just your body, but your spirit. One meal that deserves a spot on your weekly menu is a warm vegetable soup with lentils or chickpeas. It might not sound flashy, but this kind of dish is a quiet powerhouse. Lentils and chickpeas give you protein and fiber, 2 things that help keep your muscles strong and your digestion moving. Throw in some carrots, celery, onions, maybe a few handfuls of spinach or kale at the end, and you just made something that gives your body a rainbow of nutrients. You can make a big pot and enjoy it over a couple of days. It warms you from the inside out, and it gives your immune system a little hug, too. And here's a tip. Adding a squeeze of lemon before serving brings out the flavor and gives you a hit of vitamin C, which helps your body absorb the iron from the lentils. Little details like that might seem small, but they make a big difference over time. These kinds of meals, simple, plant-rich, full of color and warmth, they aren't just good for you. They're healing. They help lower inflammation, which is a sneaky cause of many age-related issues. They help keep your blood sugar stable, which keeps your energy steady throughout the day. And most importantly, they're the kind of meals that invite you to slow down, breathe, and enjoy eating again. I know life gets busy, even in retirement. Sometimes we fall into routines, and food becomes more about convenience than care. But what if this stage of life could actually be the perfect time to come back to the table with curiosity and intention? What if your meals became little moments of nourishment, not just for your body, but for your mind and heart? It doesn't have to be complicated. A bowl of oats, a cup of soup, a slice of avocado on whole grain toast with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. These are not luxury meals. They are small, consistent choices that stack up into years of better health. You don't need to chase the latest superfood trend or overhaul your kitchen. You just need a few dependable, delicious meals that you can rotate through each week. Meals that leave you feeling light, energized, and cared for. And when you do that, when you eat with intention, even once a day, you start to feel the shift. Your joints ache a little less. Your belly feels more settled. Your mood lifts. You wake up with a bit more pep in your step. That's not magic. That's nourishment. That's what food is supposed to do. So let's keep going, because we've just begun to explore the kinds of meals that can support a longer, more vibrant life. There's more to savor, more to learn, and more to try. And the next one might just become your new favorite. Let's keep going, because the next meal I want to talk about is one that's quietly famous in some of the longest living communities in the world. It's colorful, it's comforting, and it's packed with things your body absolutely loves after 60. I'm talking about a stir fry, but not the greasy takeout kind. I mean a homemade veggie stir fry, loaded with vibrant greens, a splash of sesame oil, maybe a little garlic ginger, and a handful of tofu or tempeh for protein. Now, before you wrinkle your nose at tofu, stay with me. When it's prepared right, it's soft on the inside, a little crispy on the outside, and it soaks up all those beautiful flavors. It's also a plant-based protein that's gentle on the stomach, low in cholesterol, and high in calcium. Yes, calcium, which is so important for keeping our bones strong as we age. But even if tofu isn't your thing, you can easily use eggs, shredded chicken, or even edamame. The key is a variety of vegetables: broccoli, bell peppers, bok choy, mushrooms. The colors on your plate matter more than you might think. Each hue brings something different to the table: antioxidants, fiber, vitamins, and together they form a sort of nutritional orchestra that works in harmony with your body. And it's quick. A hot pan, a drizzle of oil, a little slicing, and dinner is ready in under 15 minutes. It's meals like these that remind us that eating well doesn't mean spending hours in the kitchen or giving up flavor. It's about making smart swaps, using fresh ingredients, and keeping things simple. Now, let's talk about something sweet. Yes, sweet, because longevity doesn't mean deprivation. It doesn't mean cutting out every little indulgence. It means choosing treats that actually give something back to your body. So here's a treat that feels like dessert but behaves like medicine: a bowl of Greek yogurt with chopped nuts, a drizzle of honey, and a few slices of seasonal fruit. Think banana, peach, or a small handful of berries. That might sound simple, but it's a powerhouse of benefits. The yogurt gives you protein and probiotics for gut health. The nuts add healthy fats and magnesium. And the fruit? That's nature's candy, packed with fiber and natural sweetness your body knows how to handle. This is the kind of snack or light meal you can enjoy in the evening when you're winding down. It's easy on the stomach, satisfying, and helps you sleep better, thanks to the calming nutrients it delivers. Plus, it's a great way to satisfy a sweet tooth without sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster. You see, a lot of people think longevity is about discipline and sacrifice, but often it's about gentleness, about listening to your body, noticing how certain meals make you feel, clear-headed or foggy, energized or sluggish, and choosing the ones that lift you up. That little bowl of yogurt and fruit is not just a snack. It's a sign that you care enough to treat yourself well. But let's not forget the social side of eating. One of the most overlooked ingredients in a long life isn't a spice or a superfood. It's connection. Meals taste better when shared, don't they? Whether it's with family, friends, or even a friendly neighbor, sitting down to eat with someone else can lift your mood, ease loneliness, and turn an ordinary meal into something meaningful. So here's an idea. Once a week, make a simple one-pan roasted dinner and invite someone over. Chop up some sweet potatoes, carrots, onions, and zucchini. Add a few pieces of salmon or chicken thighs. Drizzle everything with olive oil, sprinkle with herbs, and pop it in the oven. No fuss, no stress. But the reward? A delicious meal and the warmth of human company, which studies show can actually reduce the risk of cognitive decline and even extend your life. And maybe, as you're sitting down together, you'll remember meals from years ago, holiday dinners, family gatherings, your favorite dishes from childhood. Food isn't just fuel. It's memory. It's comfort. It's joy. And those feelings matter just as much as the nutrients themselves. When we eat like this, real food, thoughtfully chosen, gently prepared, we're not just adding years to our life. We're adding life to our years. We're saying, I matter. My health matters. My happiness matters. You don't have to do it perfectly. You don't have to reinvent your entire diet overnight. But if you can find just 2 or 3 meals that you truly enjoy, that nourish your body and soothe your spirit, you'll already be on your way. It's not about restriction. It's about abundance, about seeing every meal as a quiet opportunity to care for yourself. And here's the thing. When you eat like this, people notice. Your energy shifts. Your skin glows a little more. Your mood becomes lighter. Maybe you start sleeping better. Maybe you feel stronger getting up from a chair. These are the ripple effects of choosing food that loves you back. We talk about breakfast, lunch, a light evening treat, and even the joy of shared dinners. There's still one more type of meal I'd love to explore with you. One that brings warmth, comfort, and deep nourishment all in one bowl. So let's talk about that one final meal. The kind that doesn't just feed your body, but also soothes your spirit, especially on quiet evenings or slower days. Picture this, a warm, hearty soup simmering gently on the stove. You lift the lid, and a wave of comforting aroma wraps around you like a soft blanket. That's not just dinner. That's healing. A good soup is more than just hot water with things floating in it. It's layers of flavor, gently built with intention. You might start with chopped onions and garlic, sizzling in a bit of olive oil. Then go diced carrots, celery, maybe a few leafy greens like kale or spinach. Add in lentils or barley or even some soft, pre-cooked beans. Pour in low-sodium broth. Let all simmer slowly, and what you're left with is a bowl of nourishment that's easy to digest, packed with fiber, and surprisingly filling. What's beautiful about soup is how forgiving it is. You don't need fancy ingredients. You can use whatever you have on hand. Leftover chicken, a few root vegetables, a half-used can of beans. And still, it turns out satisfying. It warms your hands as you hold the bowl. It eases your stomach after a long day. It tells your body, I'm safe, I'm cared for. And when you think about it, some of our oldest memories probably involve soup, a family recipe passed down, a pot bubbling away while rain tapped against the windows. These are more than meals. They're rituals, and rituals bring rhythm to our days, especially as we get older and life starts to feel a little less structured. A weekly soup night might sound simple, but it's a way to anchor yourself, to show up for your body with love and intention. Now, let's zoom out for a moment. You've got your warm breakfast to start the day right, a colorful, energizing lunch, a light, sweet evening snack, a shared meal that brings connection, and a comforting soup that brings it all home. When these become part of your weekly rhythm, not rigid rules, but gentle patterns, you start to feel the difference. Not just physically, but emotionally. You feel more stable, more in tune, more alive, because longevity isn't only about science and nutrients. It's about how we treat ourselves, how we listen to our bodies, how we bring joy to something as ordinary as breakfast or dinner. It's about choosing meals that give back, that energize, heal, and delight. And here's the truth most people don't hear enough. You don't need to eat perfectly to age beautifully. You just need to eat mindfully, with care, with curiosity, with kindness toward yourself. That's what makes the real difference. Not some trendy superfood or a rigid diet plan, but small, consistent choices made with love. If you're someone who's struggled with food over the years, maybe diets that didn't work, or energy slumps, or just feeling unsure what's healthy, know this. It's never too late to start a new relationship with food. A relationship rooted not in guilt, but in nourishment. Not in rules, but in rhythm. Even swapping just 1 or 2 meals each week for something fresher, simpler, and more colorful can shift your whole energy. Maybe your joints ache a little less. Maybe your digestion improves. Maybe your mood lifts just a bit. These are not small things. They are signs that your body is responding, that it's grateful, that it's healing. So I want to encourage you, gently, sincerely, to take a moment this week. Pick one of these meals we talked about, maybe the oatmeal breakfast or the veggie stir-fry, or the soup. Make it for yourself or for someone you care about. Light a candle, put on some music, sit down, savor it, taste every bite like it matters, because it does. And then come back here. Let us know in the comments. What did you try? How did it feel? What meals make you feel alive, comforted, vibrant? Because this space we're building isn't just about information. It's about community. It's about people like you, choosing to age with strength and joy and purpose. And together, we get to rewrite the story of what life after 60 can look like. Not frailty, not decline, but power, vitality, and deep, delicious nourishment. So if this message spoke to you, if something in this video inspired even the smallest shift, I hope you'll take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join this journey of wellness, one bite at a time. Here's to you, to long walks, warm meals, full hearts, and strong, steady health. You deserve nothing less. Until next time, keep choosing life every single day.